For many children, break time is a highlight of the school day, but according to a long-term study, time out of the classroom has become shorter in the last two decades. Research found infants in England had 45 minutes less break time a week than in 1995, as teachers try to pack more lessons into the day. I'm joined now by the child psychologist, Dr. Amanda Gummer. Hello to you, Amanda. Why is this happening?
I think it is a pressure of the schools have on, cracking on with the curriculum and getting as much of the official learning into the day as possible. But I would say it's misguided because actually children learn a lot better when they have that opportunity to play and to get the exercise and to run around and to have that mental break. So I think, it is sad to hear that the playtime is being cut. And I think we should be looking at that and looking at how we can put more of that into the school day, not less.
Yeah, is this a sign of the pressure on teachers and schools to hit targets for those league tables, for example, for assessments on children, and as you say, to get through the curriculum?
Yeah, I think that must be it because there is no other explanation. It's much better for things like child development generally, holistic development, healthy, fitness levels and activity levels, and also all the soft skills that you don't learn in the classroom. Compromise, negotiation, teamwork, empathy, collaboration, all of those really important skills that you get through play that you don't get when you're sitting down in a classroom.
We also have an obesity epidemic, don't we? And if children don't get out in the playground, they're not getting any exercise.
Absolutely, and it's about habits as well. If you are used to being active and running around, and parents of toddlers will know how much energy they have, if when you then moved into a school situation, you're sitting down and you're much more sedentary, then it's going to be harder to keep those activity levels up. And again, that's contributing to the obesity crisis.
One of the reasons cited for the shrinking break times is about discipline. Teachers need some way of addressing behaviour, bad behaviour in the classroom, and so they take it off the break time.
Yeah. No. This is where it's so misguided because actually the kids that are misbehaving in class are often doing so because they're struggling to concentrate because they haven't had a chance to run around and get rid of all that excess energy and clear their heads. There's nothing more frustrating than when I hear that a child who's struggling to concentrate and misbehaving in class gets kept in a break and made to sit down and do some worksheets. No, get the kids outside, get them running, get them exercising. That's how to help with the behaviour issue.
And when I was at school, we always used to talk about the lunch hour, but looking at the figures today, it's no longer a lunch hour. 82% of secondary schools say it's less than 55 minutes. A quarter of all secondary schools reported lunch breaks of 35 minutes or less, and some pupils suggesting they haven't even had time to eat their lunch before they're back in the classroom.
Yeah, and again, that has another knock-on effect in that it reduces the opportunities to do our extracurricular clubs. So you don't have time for a sports club in your lunch break, which is a really good way of keeping kids active and just giving them that time to make friends and be kids. I think the pressure on children now with the exam stress, exams all the way through their school careers, it's not helpful, and it's certainly, I think, fueling the mental health problems that we're seeing and the obesity crisis.
Schools get to make their own decisions about the structure of the day, about the timetabling and about the length of breaks. Does that then need to change in the light of these figures? Do we need to have mandatory breaks of a certain duration?
I don't think it's helpful to legislate for things like that. I think we do need to trust the teachers and give the head teachers the ability to do what's right for their school and their pupils. And there are differences between primary and secondary and different types of schools in different locations. So I think coming down with a heavy-handed approach of saying you must do something, in my experience, just tends to disempower people. So I think we need to educate and give them informed evidence about what the benefits are for the children of having all that extra playtime and being given that freedom and exercise, and the benefits that has on their learning. And I think if we can present the evidence in a sort of straightforward way, teachers and head teachers and schools will take that on board and do what's right for the kids.
Yeah, freedom for a child to be a child just for a short period in what is a very sometimes stressful school day, I suppose, for teachers as well. Dr. Amanda Gummer, thank you very much indeed.